Over the last 8 days, several parts of India have been reeling under a scorching heat wave. This includes West Bengal, Bihar, and several parts of northwest India, including Punjab and Haryana. As many as 48 weather stations recorded a temperature of about 40 degrees Celsius on Tuesday, and Prayagraj recorded the highest temperature of 44.2. In a scenario like this, are we underestimating the impact of heat waves on India? Hello, I'm Srishti Chaudhary, Science and Environment Journalist with CNN News 18. And in this section of Science Wise, we'll talk about what's troubling each of us the most, the heat waves. Now, our latest research paper from the University of Cambridge shows that India may be underestimating the impact of heat waves on the socio-economic conditions of the country. According to this research paper published in the peer-reviewed journal PLOS Climate, the abnormal rise in temperature is likely to put at least 90% of India under extreme risk. Now, the researchers have analyzed the Climate Vulnerability Index of India along with the latest heat index and using the 2022 heat wave as a case study. Now, according to the researchers, the heat waves are getting more intense, recurrent, and lasting for a longer duration across various parts of the world. But in India, they have now begun to impact more and more states. The report specifically talks about the urban cities, especially Delhi, with its 32 million population, faces the highest risk from the climate. This is also to do with the development of the entire city and the heat island effect that it faces every year. It's also important to note that despite the grave dangers that India faces due to this abnormal rise in temperatures during summer, heat wave is still not notified as a disaster on the national scale. The researchers from University of Cambridge have also analyzed how the heat waves are likely to impact India's progress in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. India has committed to achieving about 17 of the Sustainable Development Goals, and what they have analyzed is that while the impact of heat waves have grown manifold, our progress in achieving these goals has kind of fallen drastically. The major finding of this report is that India needs to understand the impact of climate change not only by studying the Climate Vulnerability Index but also taking into account the heat index of the country as a whole.